All right, y'all. So now this is the other reaction I was wanting to do. But Gutfeld, I like him. It says, Gutfeld, this was a blowout. His show is funny, y'all. So definitely about to tune into this and see what he got to say. Let's get into it.
So it's true, Kamala Harris got shellacked like a hardwood floor on this old house. And instead of an evening concession speech, she avoided her supporters like Hunter Biden dodging child support. For the first time, she wasn't laughing. Although you got to admit, this is pretty hilarious. Watch.
Are there any places where Kamala Harris overperformed from where Biden did?
So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one count?
And this is so funny because Benny Johnson had this in one of my reactions that I reacted to. That's so funny. Like, literally nothing? No, nothing.
By 3% or more.
I can't believe he did it that way.
This is called a mandate. He won the popular vote by over 5 million. That can't be explained away. The Dems can't give their usual excuses with more buts than a Kardashian family reunion. And so there will be changes. Shoplifters may actually have to pay for stuff. Migrant gangs might have to get a new realtor. And Jimmy Kimmel will probably be institutionalized. But there's a larger question. Did Trump do this by the strength of his personality alone? Or has America changed and Trump's just the first to call it like it is? I mean, he did that with the media, the same collection of hacks who told us fairy tales about how close this was all going to be, and how abortion would send the evil orange man packing, and how the polls were going to be honest this time. Turns out they had the accuracy of Stevie Wonder playing Jenga. Truth is... So cheap. The truth is, Musk and Joe Rogan and a few other podcasts did more to get the word out on this election than all the legacy media combined. It's amazing. Tells you one thing, legacy media is dead. It is. I only hope that if Brian Stelter jumps from a window, it's from the first floor so he won't crush dozens of pedestrians. But there's another group that's over, too. It's Hollywood, all the virtue signaling from the Anistons and the Clooneys. It didn't mean a thing. All that Botox must have paralyzed their brains into believing it matters what they think. Sorry.
For real. That man.
Sorry, douchebag.
That man won that fair and square, y'all. When I tell y'all, when I first seen it and they started to get, I was like, he was ahead. Like ahead. I'm like, God dang, this man is trending once again, going viral on the map.
Actually, you're just hairless circus bears here to entertain us. The other message, identity politics is dead. DEI, DOA. Enough with dividing Americans into absurd categories that only matter to self-obsessed people with more pronouns than friends. The truth is, Americans of all stripes want the same things: prosperity, safety, a president who doesn't smell like an outhouse. It's why Trump won record numbers of Hispanics and black voters. But he also won a whole bunch of different people.
Yes.
What else could appeal to both black men and Amish voters? Well, that list is Trump and common sense and badasses. Now, Trump didn't do this alone. Talk about unsung heroes. Scott Pressler drove his jalopy into the ground, getting out the vote to flip Pennsylvania. That's right, a gay man who helped convince the Amish to put down their butter churners and get to the polls and vote for Trump. That's a movie Hollywood should make, but they won't. They won't. J.D. Vance, who Russ Belters recognized as one of their own, Barron Trump, all 8 feet, 11 inches of him, who advised his dad on podcasts, and of course Musk and Rogan, whose dedication to the free exchange of ideas scares the hell out of liars who only talk in sound bites. And don't forget Peanut the squirrel.
Right.
Who did not die in vain. But perhaps the biggest But perhaps the biggest unsung hero, Kamala Harris. She was Trump's secret weapon, proving that you cannot win by identity alone. You need ideas, a vision of a better life, brains. You can't just tell us how deplorable we are, laugh like a lunatic, and then rush home to make sure Doug's not tapping the nanny again like a keg of Bud Light. Because whether you like Trump's policies or not, at least he had some. So will the media learn anything from this? Will the Dems? Of course not. Expect to be told how sexist and racist you are for the next 4 years. But it won't work, because by now our collective skin is tougher than a $2 steak. After all, the opposition called Trump a fascist and a Nazi. They shot him. They told us he was a threat to democracy. The coastal elite in the Obamas, Clintons, and Bidens told us no decent person would vote for him. And yet he caused a landslide bigger than the cast of The View on a snowboarding trip. That's why last night's reckoning signals something bigger even than Trump. You can see it in the faces of those who voted for him and those who didn't. The American people went from wanting to deciding, and that decision is now reflected in the calm that you sense right now. We may not get this country back on its feet tomorrow, but we're well on our way. Tonight's guest, he can predict the race and take a kick to the face.
We're well on our way.
Oh, wow, no clapping for you. He brought a roll of Charmin into the voting booth. Founder of StudioTST.com, Michael Loftus. She's got a baby bump that's due under Trump. New York Times bestselling author. And he wins the popular vote every day. New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former NWA World Champion Tyrus. I'm going to get the gloating out of the way, Tyrus. You were right. You said... You said it wouldn't be close. You said it would be over by 10 p.m., off by an hour or so.
No, West Coast time.
Yeah.
From the West Coast, baby, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Beard looks good, feels good. I think we're so unburdened. I'm going to miss the bongos, but not enough.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
I think this is probably the greatest multicultural landslide in the history of this country.
Yes.
This was a movement of every shade. Didn't matter who you slept with, whatever. Everybody came together. But the only thing that's making me mad is everyone's mad at us blacks. We didn't do it alone, okay?
Yes, y'all. So, like he said, this is going down in history because, like he said, everybody came together. We seen it, and that is funny because they are, you know what I'm saying? Like they like, oh, y'all, no. It was everybody, y'all. Let's get it.
And how the Asians just get off the hook.
Yeah.
They was in on this too. But it was across the board. And I think it was a beautiful thing. But that's what happens when you listen. Mm-hmm. That was what put him over the top, that he would sit and talk with someone like me and take an idea that I had, and all of a sudden it's in the news as a possible policy. He would talk to the gardener. He would talk to the drug. He would listen to people's concerns and be like, okay, I want to try. I don't know if I can fix that. So, hey, RFK, why don't you come on here? Tulsi Gabbard. He brought people together and he listened. He wasn't woke-splaining everybody.
Right.
And I think that's what this was really about. I think that's why there's no buildings burning tonight, and we had no problem walking into work because it was a universal you to the administration.
Yeah, you're right though.
That
Look, y'all, he's so right because when I walked into work, because my boss and them, we always have this talk and stuff like that. So they already knew, who I was voting for and everything. And when I walked into work, like he said, it was just calm and cool, like a just regular day. When I walked in, he was like, congratulations, Bianca. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I was so excited, but it's you know what I'm saying? It's about that. Like, it was cool. He was just like, congratulations. I was like, thank you, boss, So, yeah, that's what's up.
Charlie, what was great about last night was it doesn't even matter. Well, it doesn't matter who won, but I'm pretending. Yeah. It doesn't matter who won. It's that it was definitive. Yeah. So it's not like if there's any wiggle room, you had to concede. You had to go like, yep. That's why, as Tyra says, everything's calm because the hammer came down.
It was definitive, and what was actually I think even more devastating than losing the entire blue wall to Donald Trump again is the fact that if you look at the numbers in the states where he didn't necessarily win, a place like New York swung 13 points from 2020 to his direction. He lost New Jersey by 5 points. Mm-hmm. He won Miami-Dade County in Florida, the first Republican since 1988 to win Miami-Dade County. And it's all because of exactly what you're talking about, Tyrus. It's not, Brooks Brothers wearing Republicans who turned out for him. It was everybody of every stripe and all completely driven by it was not a conservative thing. No. It's common sense and it's prosperity, and they want to be able to live their lives and enjoy their wealth.
It's really obvious reasons why people voted that way, but you don't realize it until after the fact. Oh, like the other side was nuts and they weren't. That's how it was. As a homeless, lesbian, transgender, you're now transgender, correct?
I'm on the fence about it.
Well,
Sometimes I'll just tuck and run around the house. See what feels good.
Isn't it ironic that the party of victims turned Trump into the victim?
It's wild. This whole election, it's nice to go to sleep and then wake up and the same guy is still, in the lead.
In the bed.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
When you wake up in that cardboard box and they're still there, they didn't leave.
I know.
No, this is a great one. This is a fun one to celebrate. We weren't able to celebrate 2016 because everybody was in shock and you had to pretend like you didn't vote for Trump. You're just like, I don't know how this happened. It's crazy. So this one is great, but I feel like we still can't celebrate him because what this really is, if you step back from it, this is a census of stupid people. Right? The people who voted for Kamala, I think, are stupid people. Like, she didn't want to be president. She's happy. I guarantee she's happy that she lost this thing.
Right.
Because you can only say, I'm from a middle-class family. So many times. Now she can go on her book tour and do live events with Hillary Clinton, on their, they'll have a
That's
group.
not going to work.
Every day is wine o'clock.
Right? Wear bananas Rama.
Yes. Kat, give me your wisdom. Tell me what you think.
Sure. No, I do honestly think that all the joy in this room and how happy everyone here is doesn't even come close to how happy Hillary Clinton is. I mean, she wanted him to win so bad. And the fact that he won by this much, she looks like a winner to herself.
Yes.
She does. I think she does. And I think... I think that it's going to be, a lot of people are blaming this on sexism, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that sexism is definitely, is a real thing. I think that,
typical chick.
Okay, all right.
Prove it, lady. Go ahead.
Well, I do. I think that one of the things that men and women have in common is that they don't like women. Explain where the Democrats have gone wrong, because I think there's a huge difference between acknowledging sexism and then chalking everything up to sexism. And there's this huge difference between sexism against women is real to, hey, just being a man is to be against women. And people can only be pushed so far before they get kind of tired of it. And they go from, hey, what can I do, to like, hey, what can I do? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to kill myself? And really, if there's nothing you can do about it anyway, and I feel like for a lot of people, there was a lot of talk about women who were going to secretly go vote for Kamala. Right. I know men where I'm going to present no identifying information because they are actually truly scared to tell their wives this, who have told me they secretly voted for Trump. And it's for this reason. It's because you can only be told you're a piece of so much before you're like, if there's nothing I can do about it anyway, and it's just inherent in who I am that I'm a piece of then I'm going to want to do something to kind of protest against that. And I think that was the difference. And a lot of men were just sick of being told that they're terrible and there's nothing they can do. And that's, I think, the huge mistake that Democrats made, or one of many.
We get that enough.
Turns out we could do something.
Yeah, they did. They came out and voted.
Yep. That's what's
Turns out Donald Trump beats women.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox
Love
News
it.
YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.
I love it, y'all. Okay, y'all, so let's talk. What are y'all thoughts? You know what I'm saying? Let's chop it up in the comment section. This is really funny, though. And he was definitely right about, like, the next day waking up. Well, it felt good. Because remember, I told y'all that was the reason why I had stayed up so late. Because I was like, I refused to see my boy Trump winning, and then I'll wake up and it's like a slap in the face. No, I wanted to make sure, you know what I'm saying, when I wake up, it was Trump. And it was. And it felt really good. Like I said, they probably was like, what is she doing in her car? Because I was so excited, y'all, screaming at everything in my car. And I know they was like, okay, what's going on with her? Because I was so excited. But like I said, when I walked in, my boss was like, congratulations. I was like, thank you. Thank you. But again, like he said, it wasn't just us. It was everybody. Everybody. We all came together. Even when I went to the Trump rally and I seen, you know, when Macon, Georgia showed out, I seen just everybody from just different places. I got it all in my video. Like you said, I did see the Asians there. They had signs and they was like Trump, Trump. It was just a beautiful thing to just see everybody coming together for one cause, one thing. And that was just to make America great again. And it also feels good to be a part of this because it's like, yo, we made this happen. We all did this. We all just sat and thought, and it was just like, yo, we got to do something. Isn't that beautiful? That's the feeling we want. That's the type of America I want to be in. All right, y'all. Your girl is out.